And if I told you that while you sleep tonight, you might be missing the chance to transform your financial reality, would you believe me? It sounds absurd, doesn't it? Yet this is exactly what I discovered after decades of studying millionaires like Andrew Carnegie and Henry Ford. They use sleep, yes, sleep itself, as a tool to attract wealth. And I will prove to you that you can do the same. While you close your eyes, your mind doesn't switch off. It keeps working, reorganizing thoughts, connecting facts, and searching for solutions to the problems you planted during the day. After years of studying the most successful people, I learned that those last few minutes before sleep are pure gold. If you use them to plant clear images of prosperity, your subconscious begins to fertilize those seeds throughout the night. This isn't mysticism. It's the mechanism by which the brain consolidates and restructures memories, often producing insights that wouldn't arise with a critical, awake mind. Studies show that sleep facilitates the extraction of implicit knowledge and suddenly enables problem solving when a person sleeps after a phase of training or reflection. Now I will tell you step by step how to turn an ordinary night into a factory of opportunities. First, darken the room, turn off bright screens, and sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Set aside 5 minutes. I recommend timing it. During these 5 minutes, do the most vivid visualization possible. Choose a specific financial scenario, a work bonus, an unexpected sale, a client appearing out of nowhere, and watch it as if it were a first-person movie. See the colors, hear the voices, feel the weight of the money in your hand, sense the relief in your chest, hear the client's words as they close the deal. Don't think vaguely, include details, amounts, locations, names, cents, times. Specific goals are far more powerful than general wishes. Performance psychology shows that clear, measurable goals dramatically increase the likelihood of action and results. While visualizing, repeat a short, direct instruction mentally, as if giving an order to your internal team. Tomorrow I will receive a contact that will bring me approximately $5,000 in additional opportunities this week. Repeat this sentence with emotion, as if it were already true. The effectiveness of mental practice, imagining and reviewing an action before executing it, is supported by dozens of studies. Mental repetition improves performance and prepares the brain to recognize and execute behaviors consistent with the image created. This isn't magic. It's directed cognitive training. I know well the fears that arise when I say this. Many ask me, "Isn't this just fantasy? Meanwhile, the bills are due." Or, "I don't have the discipline to do this every night." Or, "What if I'm only deceiving myself?" These objections are natural. I had them too. But the difference between those who remain doubtful and those who try is simple. Test it for 30 nights and record it. Quickly note upon waking. What came to mind during sleep? Was there intuition, ideas, contacts, dreams that suggested actions? Record every clue and turn at least one into a concrete action within the next 24 hours. You will be surprised by how many opportunities appear simply because your mind starts noticing them instead of ignoring them. This is practice, not superstition. Let me illustrate with practical examples that fit into your daily life. Choose the one closest to your reality and adapt it. If you are an employee, visualize the moment your boss happens to think of you when an overtime opportunity or a well-paid project arises. Imagine the conversation, the arguments you present, how you feel when you hear, "I choose you for this." If you are a freelancer, visualize an unexpected email from a client praising your work and requesting a proposal. Feel the notification, read the words, see the agreed amount. If you run a small business, imagine a customer entering without planning and making a large purchase. See the product, observe the satisfaction, mentally count the money at the register. In all cases, include details, time, tone of voice, exact numbers. The more specific you are, the clearer the math. your subconscious has to work with. Now, a personal case that changed the way I understand this process. I went through nights when everything seemed to fall apart. Doors closed, letters arrived with demands, friends stopped responding. On one of those nights, instead of drowning in fear, I forced myself to imagine a scene, an old acquaintance, someone I hadn't thought of in years, calling me with a collaboration proposal. I visualized the voice, the sentence he would say, even the street where we would meet. I woke up with that person's name in my head for no apparent reason. By midday, I received exactly that call, a modest but decisive proposal that allowed me to pay off a debt and breathe again. The reaction was visceral, tears of relief and a nervous laugh. I'm not saying this will always happen like magic, but there was an internal shift that made me see and seize an opportunity one might previously have ignored. When you change the focus of your last thoughts of the day, you also change the filter through which reality shows you open doors. If you still think this is just positive thinking without action, listen. Nightly visualization is preparatory. It amplifies your ability to perceive and seize opportunities, but does not replace work. Use the night to plant clear images. Use the day to water those images with concrete actions. Upon waking, during the first 10 minutes, without grabbing your phone, jot down any idea, contact, or feeling that came after the visualization. Make a list of one action you will take within the next 24 hours, an email, a call, a post, an offer. The discipline of this routine. Turning a mental image into a real action is what separates intention from outcome. Therefore, I propose a controlled experiment for you. For 30 nights, before going to sleep, dedicate exactly 5 minutes to vividly visualizing a specific scenario. Time yourself, quietly or in your mind speak a clear and measurable instruction, and keep a small notebook beside your bed to record any insight, number, idea, or feeling upon waking. After 30 days, compare. How many additional opportunities did you notice? How many actions did you take? This simple routine cultivates directed attention. You cease being a passive observer and begin recognizing possibilities that were previously invisible. Remember, the mind works all night. Give it something valuable to build upon. Now, close your eyes for 5 minutes and see in detail a door opening before you. Tomorrow, take the first key you find, even if it seems small, and step through it. The words you whisper to yourself before falling asleep are like seeds planted directly into the fertile soil of your subconscious. From observing the most prosperous people I have known, I have learned that these seeds always sprout. Curiously, many people spend the final moments of the day feeding their minds with defeatist phrases. Tomorrow will be a disaster. I have no luck. I'll never get out of debt. Have you ever caught yourself repeating something like that? How many times have you closed your eyes carrying worries that seemed unsolvable? I have. For a long time, I went to bed with a heavy heart, mentally reciting all the problems awaiting me in the morning. And what happened? My mind worked all night to find evidence that my dark predictions were correct. Henry Ford taught me a simple lesson that changed my destiny. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. When I understood this, I realized I needed to give my subconscious commands that would bring me closer to my goals, not my fears. So I began consciously choosing empowering words to accompany my sleep. Instead of saying, "I'll never get out of the red," I repeated with conviction, "I am a magnet for financial opportunities. Money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. I deserve abundance and I receive it." At first, it felt strange, almost like a performance. But I told myself, if my subconscious accepts as truth what I repeat with emotion, then let it receive instructions that elevate me, not ones that bring me down. There is a huge difference between saying, "I want more money," and stating, "I will receive $2,000 extra this month through an unexpected opportunity that is on its way. The first is a vague desire your mind doesn't know how to process. The second is a specific command, charged with emotion, that forces your mind to create connections, insights, and perceptions that guide your actions in the real world. This clarity turns dreams into roadmaps. Think of high-performance athletes. They use self-suggestion and mental imagery to train their brains, because research shows that mental repetition shapes neural connections just as physical practice does. Your subconscious does not distinguish between vivid imagination and real experience. It acts as if what you say has already happened. I remember one night, exhausted, sitting on the edge of my bed and repeating with almost no strength, "Tomorrow, someone will offer me an opportunity that will change my financial situation." There were no signs that it could happen, but I repeated it 10 times, with as much emotion as I could muster. The next morning, I received a letter. Yes, a physical letter in those days, from an old acquaintance inviting me to collaborate on a project that eventually became one of the biggest turning points in my career. The feeling was one of amazement and gratitude. I smiled to myself, realizing that by changing my internal programming, I had also changed my attention and readiness to act when the opportunity appeared. You might think, isn't this just magical thinking? No. Words shape focus, and focus shapes behavior. If you repeat, night after night, that there's no way, your mind programs itself to ignore signs of opportunity and confirm scarcity. But by stating with emotion and clarity that you deserve and attract abundance, your mind begins to notice small clues that would have previously gone unnoticed. That job posting you almost ignored, the friend who mentions a project, the idea that comes to you in the shower. It is like tuning a radio. The opportunities were always there, but you weren't hearing them. Think of people who seem to have luck with money. They don't spend their nights telling themselves they are defeated. Unconsciously, they already see themselves as worthy of prosperity. And you can choose this today. Choose 3 strong affirmations. For example, I am worthy of prosperity. Financial opportunities come to me with ease. My mind is open to abundance in all forms. Repeat them 10 times before closing your eyes, not mechanically, but feeling the truth in each word as if describing a fact that has already occurred. Take a deep breath. Quickly visualize a scene that confirms each affirmation, and fall asleep with that feeling. To make it even more effective, keep these affirmations visible. Stick a note on your bedroom mirror, leave a note on your phone, or set an alarm with a positive message. This reinforces the habit and keeps your mind anchored in possibilities, not limitations. Within a few weeks, you will notice small coincidences. Perhaps an unexpected invitation, a returning client, a surprising discount. Do not dismiss them as blind luck. See them as the result of a mind trained to recognize abundance. Carry out this experiment for 21 consecutive days. Do not skip a single night. No matter how tired or skeptical you feel, repeat the affirmations with feeling. Note every sign of change, a conversation, an intuition, an idea. At the end, compare how you feel about money and opportunities. The simple act of consciously choosing your last words of the day can begin to reprogram years of negative beliefs. And when you change these beliefs, you also change the actions you take and the opportunities you notice. While many will continue to fall asleep with phrases of defeat, you will have trained your mind to seek prosperity even as you dream. When I speak of specific instructions, it is not fantasy. It is a practical technique. Your subconscious mind needs a map, not vague wishes. Saying, "I want more money," is like handing a blank note to the gardener. Saying, "I want to earn 5,000 euros by the 30th of this month through an online sale," is like drawing exactly where to plant, water, and harvest. Psychology proves that specific and challenging goals produce far better results than general requests like, "Do your best." Classic meta-analyses show medium to large effects, when goals are clear and measurable. That is, specificity generates performance. The practice begins with a precise sentence you give to your own inner boss before sleeping. Do not wander. Write, on a sheet next to your bed, a short and direct declaration. For example, as I did in my experiments. By the 30th of this month, I will receive 5,000 euros from the sale of Service X. The proposal will arrive by email, and I will respond with a final offer within 24 hours. Notice how this contains 4 useful elements: amount, deadline, source/form, and concrete action. Your mind now has a complete script to operate while you sleep. Studies on implementation intentions show that when we link a goal to an if-then plan, the likelihood of execution increases substantially. This is not a mystical hypothesis, it is behavioral science. As you visualize this scene before sleep, do not be superficial. See the sender's name, the email subject line, the exact number, and the tone of your voice when you speak on the phone afterward. Research on mental practice shows that well-defined mental rehearsals generate real performance gains. Your brain trains responses, recognizes cues, and prepares behaviors you can execute when the opportunity arises. Mentalizing the action is training the neural pathway that facilitates execution in the real world. I know objections arise. Isn't this just fleeting positive thinking? Or, what if nothing happens? I ask, how many times have you missed a chance because you didn't recognize it, because your focus was on problems? Specificity corrects this. When you rehearse the scenario in detail and create an "if I receive X, I will do Y in Z hours" plan, you reduce hesitation and increase readiness. This is the power of implemented intentions. It is not magic. It is delegating decisions to situational triggers and prior preparation. I want to give you concrete examples I have used with people over the years, and which you can adapt today. If you are an employee, say clearly, "In the next 15 days, I will receive 3,000 euros in overtime for a team project. When the manager asks me for this project, I will present 3 solution proposals." If you are a freelancer, within 20 days, I will close a 4,000 euro contract. When client X requests a proposal, I will send price and schedule within the next 12 hours. If you have a store or e-commerce business, this week, I will attract 20 new clients with an average ticket of 150 euros. When someone enters the store or website, I will offer promotion package A. In each example, you are providing 4 things: amount, deadline, source, and an automatic action to take when the trigger appears. This turns desire into an operational script, and the script is what the subconscious can follow. Now let me share a personal episode. One night, when I learned this lesson precisely, I was guiding a young man who faced overdue bills and asked for help. I asked him to set a specific goal for 30 days, an exact amount, source, and the action he would take upon any lead. He wrote, 2,500 euros from a short consultation within 30 days. When I receive contact from a company, I will send a complete proposal within 24 hours. Every night he repeated the sentence, visualized the contract signature, and rehearsed the conversation. 3 weeks later, an old contact approached him with a proposal that fit exactly what he had requested. It was not luck. It was a mind trained to recognize and act. His reaction was pure disbelief followed by tears of relief. This experience taught me that clear instructions not only project possibilities, but also shape your emotional and behavioral readiness to seize them. If you want to make this a routine today, write your specific instruction now in 1 line. Then create a practical if-then pair that governs your behavior when the opportunity arises. For example, if I receive an email of interest, then I will respond with proposal and phone within 2 hours. Before sleeping, repeat the instruction 10 times with feeling and visualize the scene for 2 minutes as if it has already happened. Upon waking, in the first 10 minutes, recall the plan and take a minimal action, send a message, research a price, contact one person. This bridge between mental image and micro-action is what converts intention into result. And literature on goals shows that measuring and tracking specific goals amplifies success. And if you still have doubts, try a 30-day test. Write down a specific goal, follow the nightly instruction and visualization routine, record all cues and actions taken, and compare before/after. Science tells us that specific goals plus mental rehearsal plus if-then plans form a powerful triad to turn intention into measurable outcome. If you accept this method, just 1 month, and I assure you, you will not be the same person by the end of this period. Your mind will have been trained to recognize opportunities, and your hand will be ready to seize them. Now, close your eyes and quietly speak a clear, heartfelt instruction. Tomorrow, without waiting for a miracle, take the first action as soon as the smallest hint appears. Give your mind precise guidance, it will obey. Many people, before falling asleep, review the mistakes of the day, the argument at work, the overdue bill, the opportunity that seemed to slip away. It is precisely this habit that conditions the subconscious to expect further frustrations. Through observation and personal experience, I have learned that the mind functions like a mirror. It reflects what you show it. If you present it with images of failure, it will project more of the same into your tomorrow. But when you consciously revisit your achievements, even the smallest ones, you convince it that you are capable of achieving something even greater. This is one of the most transformative practices I have ever used and taught. I vividly remember a cold night after a lecture I considered average, when I almost let self-criticism take over. But instead, I chose to recall the moment when an elderly woman approached me with tears in her eyes, saying my words had renewed her hope. Reliving this small success completely changed my emotional state. I slept lightly and gratefully, and I awoke with an idea that would later become a crucial chapter in one of my books. The emotion of that memory opened the door to new possibilities. This is how the mind works. It seeks evidence of what you believe to be true. If you show it victories, it strives to repeat winning patterns. Now think of something positive, no matter how small. Perhaps that unexpected discount at the store, the friend who repaid an old debt, or the day you found a forgotten bill in your coat pocket. By recalling these moments, you send a clear message to your subconscious. I am someone who attracts opportunities and resources. Do this in rich detail. Close your eyes and relive the feeling, the image, the sound. See the place, feel the texture of the money in your hand, hear your own laughter or the sigh of relief. Studies on emotional memory show that reliving positive experiences activates neural networks associated with reward and motivation, strengthening self-confidence and well-being. This is not mysticism. It is neuroscience applied to your emotional routine. Many people resist this exercise because they believe they have no major accomplishments. This is where the mistake lies. The subconscious does not require grand feats. Small victories, like helping someone, learning something new, or remaining calm amid chaos, are the building blocks of competence perception. Do not underestimate a small memory. It can carry an emotion as powerful as a major achievement. An entrepreneur I met, who consistently applied this technique, proved this. Every night, she recalled 3 situations where she received unexpected money, even if the amounts were small. 6 months later, her business took off in ways she had never imagined. When she told me her story, there was genuine, almost childlike joy in her voice. She said that by focusing on these successes, she began to see opportunities everywhere, as if she had switched the lens through which she viewed the world. Now imagine applying this to your own life. You lie down exhausted, but instead of reviewing problems, you think about the day a colleague praised your work or the warm message from a grateful client. This action changes your emotional state and, more importantly, reprograms the expectation with which you will face the next day. Research on gratitude and well-being shows that individuals who regularly revisit positive moments exhibit higher levels of resilience and motivation. By training your mind to look for evidence that you are capable and lucky, you literally alter the filters through which you perceive reality. I challenge you, over the next 7 nights, before closing your eyes, recall at least 3 moments in your life when you received something unexpected or achieved a victory. Size does not matter. Recreate every detail: the environment, the colors, the sounds, the sensations in your body. Do this until you feel the emotion again: joy, gratitude, pride. To make it even more powerful, write these memories in a notebook kept beside your bed. Over time, this list will become tangible proof of your ability to thrive, an emotional archive your subconscious will use as a reference. And when you wake up, notice how your perception of the world changes. Perhaps an advertisement you would have ignored now catches your attention, or a casual conversation reveals an opportunity. Do not underestimate the power of this practice. What you revisit before sleep shapes the type of future your mind works to create while you dream. By consciously choosing which memories to relive, you become the curator of your inner garden, cultivating confidence and attracting new harvests of success. What you've discovered today is simple but transformative. The way you nourish your mind before sleep determines what it will build for you while you rest. The most important point is not luck or external circumstances. It is about consciously using the last minutes of your day to program your subconscious with images of prosperity, gratitude, and clear goals. This is what separates those who awaken to new opportunities from those who wake stuck in the same problems. Now allow yourself to take the next step. Click on the next video appearing on your screen. There, you will climb another step in your evolution of wisdom and become 1% better than you are now. Thank you for being here with me today. I will be waiting for you in the next video.